So, Happy New Year, folks. I am going to open up my Christmas present. This is actually given to me by the owner of my local comic shop. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Not dropping any names because nowadays I just don't want to shield or promote anybody. You know, I think I've done enough business with my local comic shop to, not have to drop any names. So anyway, yeah, very nice figure, right? I hope so. Let's go ahead and open this up. So, so here's just the back of the box. This is the Royal Defender. Now, there's a very funny story about this figure. Apparently, a customer bought this figure and returned it because he found one cheaper online. I think BBTS was doing a super deep discount on these figures. I guess there's something wrong with these or something like that, or it's just not very popular. I don't know. It's very, very dusty. Anyway, yeah, the box looks okay. Not uh, now really some of the more interesting boxes from TBLeague. This one looks relatively boring, but this figure, I remember I was very interested to, a couple of years ago, I talked about, how overly sexualized a lot of their figure is. And this one is like fully armored with the chainmail underneath. I was actually really interested to see how that goes. But apparently this is not a very popular figure. Uh, I'm getting, uh, I'm reading according to Discord. Someone said this figure was on sale on this figure. I think normally retails for like 220 bucks, right? BBT had it for $90 at some point doing clearance. It's all sold out anyway, so I just checked. But yeah, so a customer bought this figure and returned it. It was like the plastic was kind of ripped, and the owner didn't feel comfortable selling it, so he just gave it to me as a gift for Christmas. Of course, I traded my metal build, Exia, for this guy. I'm actually really happy with this guy. This is probably one of my more something that I'm actually happy with in 2022. This one and Astrea 2, the metal build. Everything else really just mediocre. Well, the master grades are okay, but whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Well, first things first. Yeah, this head sculpt is okay. It's not uh, one of the better ones, but it's not terrible. Yeah. If you notice, I actually had the same one uh, on one of my custom figure. I actually bought a whole bunch of similar head sculpt for $10 on eBay. I bought like three of this same head sculpt. And now I know where it came from. I know where people are getting this figure from. I think they're buying the figure and then they are just selling it for parts. Yeah, I guess if you get it for like $90, well, if you take out the outfit is probably worth like $90, and then you get the body underneath. That's like another $40 or $50, and the head sculpt for $10. That's not bad, and plus the weapons and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. All right, I do like these hands. This is not bad. Yeah. So this is actually what happened. So the customer, the guy who bought this figure, already assembled the figure because this telltale sign the armor is already put on the figure, and then he returned it to the comic shop. Which this is kind of a dick move. They're like ripping off the comic shop by opening something and then telling the owner that it's not open, right? He re-shrink wrapped the box. I think that's what happened. Real dick move, man. But whatever, you know. I think he was charged like restocking fee or something like that. Maybe like a $50 restocking fee because like the figure is like $200 or something like that. And I guess they figure this is like a lost cost. So man, that really annoys me. But anyway, can't really complain. It's free. It doesn't cost me anything. Oh, this helmet is actually pretty nice. Yeah, this is not bad. Okay, well, hopefully this is a good one. Um, they did actually reissue a lot of these 6 scale TBLeague figures, like the Gold Valkyrie got reissued, and hopefully the Silver Valkyrie got reissued too. I regret selling that figure. That was not a bad one. Yeah, all the Valkyries are nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get this body out. So, uh, let's take a look at the accessories. So we got the shield here. What is that? Is that a phoenix or is that a chicken? Look more like a chicken, doesn't it? Yeah, I think she's a Sir Lancelot. Uh, bravely runs away with the chicken. That's not a phoenix. That's definitely a chicken. Woo. Maybe this is the reason why the gold and the this is the black version. So the gold and the black are not very popular. Apparently, everybody on Discord is telling me this figure is a dud, and I can't really figure out why. I mean, it looks nice, right? Well, I'll tell you why this figure sucks very soon. But let's go ahead and keep looking at the accessory. This is actually a very nice looking spear. Yeah, it's not flimsy or anything. I wish it's made of metal, but oh shit, there's a huge spider. Okay, I gotta deal with that. Wow. A spider just came out of nowhere and trying to surprise me. Okay, well, this is actually a nice spear. Nice accessory. For the value of this thing, if you get it for like under $100, this is at least $150 worth of stuff that you can resell. So many people actually want to buy it. Got a very nice cape. Yeah, that's not bad. Yep, obviously it's open. The asshole who bought it open it and then trying to return it. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you guys why this figure has so many issues. So basically, I think it's the it's I think what's underneath is the muscular body. It's all covered up. It's like the 22 or the 23, probably the 3 because it's a darker skin tone, so it's like a tan. But they did put some shrink wrap underneath because maybe this chainmail thing can potentially stain the figure. So they probably wrap it all in shrink wrap because I was wondering if whoever bought it did some weird stuff to it, right? But yeah, that I think that's what happened. I think that's the shrink wrap. So you can see the neck area. This doesn't look very good. Uh, they probably should include something to cover the neck. Um, yeah, I mean the bodysuit is very nice. You get like the very nice texture, like the chainmail texture. I don't know how this is done, but this is done pretty well. I would like to find fabric that's similar to this. I'd like to make something very similar to this. This is pretty cool. Yeah. Wait, look at the material. So basically, yeah, it's a bodysuit with a zipper on the back, and I think that's probably the problem why people don't like it. You get this really unrealistic, ridiculous looking zipper on the back that kind of just ruins the look. They probably could do something to cover this, sort of. Maybe have a flap of the same material and then just go over this with a Velcro or something like that. Because having that really ruins the look for me. Yeah, and not only that, look at the way the armor is attached. This is something I've never seen before from this brand. Quite frankly, it's very, very disappointing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these off, and I'm just gonna sew the armor together. That should take like 5 seconds. But look at all these things, like even on the legs. That is really ridiculous. See, like the promotional photos, they never show the back of the figure. So you're kind of under the impression that this thing is actually really nicely put together. And then when you get it, you get all these like loose strap. I heard 2021 was just not a good year for these figures because they were experimenting with like using this method of attaching armor so people can take it off easier and then put it back on. Because before, like all the armor is like permanently attached to the body. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't understand why people buy these figures and then want to remove the armor. Um, you can just buy a blank body, right? And just have one with the armor on, and then have the other one without the armor, if that's your thing. But I just don't get it. I still don't get it. Why would you buy something like this and then take the armor off? It just doesn't make any sense. But, yeah. Like, I mean, do you really need to see what's underneath? Okay. Oh, bad joke. But yeah, this is pretty ridiculous. I mean, look at that. The armor is nice. Everything about it is nice. The bodysuit, yeah, the back looks horrendous, but the armor is really nicely done. Like, mostly pretty good. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, final thoughts. Um, I guess I can see why this figure isn't one of the more popular ones. Definitely a lot of issues. The most of the stuff that it comes with is pretty good. The outfit is actually not very limiting, believe it or not. There is definitely a lot of room for flexibility, so you can, at least put in some poses. Not too bad. It's not super limiting. Although it looks nice, but it's actually loose in some areas. It's like not very skin tight. I think they tried, but yeah, a lot of the design element on this thing just kind of disappoints. Also, she's also wearing heels. Like I really don't understand why whoever are designing these things, you know, like someone in a suit of armor is not gonna be able to walk on heels. That's just simple physics. It is not gonna work. Not with this much equipment on. Like they will not be able to walk, they'll just fall over. In fact, how do they go into battle with this? Like who came out with these ideas? Right? This is like my biggest criticism about these type of figures. It's just I know they put a lot of effort into it, but these design element is just kind of and a chicken, right? That's a freaking chicken. Okay, so yeah, definitely could be done better. Probably the head sculpt is. I don't know. I have to give the head sculpt a rating of 7 out of 10. It's not one of the better ones. Overall, I think this figure also get a 7 out of 10. Just like I cannot excuse those things, and at the retail price of over $200 or around $200, yeah, I can see why this thing has like very little to no appeal. And there's my little spider friend right there. Gotta do something about that. All right, so anyway, this body is this one, the muscular body. Yeah, same exact one. I think just a darker skin tone. That's it. I don't know how if the proportion, like you can't really tell the proportion, but I know maybe if you do a body swap on this with that one, or maybe the 10D, it might give her better proportion. Maybe. I don't know. Something just don't look quite right with the proportion on this one. I don't think this is a good choice for this one. I think maybe that one would be better. You know, having the the chest up a little bit higher. You know, I don't know. Well, anyway, overall 7 out of 10. I don't think this is something I would recommend at around over $150. If you can find it on clearance, 10 out of 10. But yeah, for regular retail, this is a 7 out of 10 figure. Thanks for watching. So this is actually very interesting. They use like the same material that I used to make those custom slings for my figures. Yeah, that material. And this is actually stitched kind of poorly. Yeah, look at that. That is not good. Like, that is actually very poor. Very poorly done. Look at those stitching. I think this is like hand stitching. Yep, and it totally sucks. Yeah, I think they had some good ideas on this figure, but essentially just not put together very nicely. Especially looking at this. This is something I've never seen before with this brand. They usually use like a leather strap or something like that with a buckle for the shield attachment, stuff like that. Yeah, using people criticize me for using this material to make my custom slings and other accessories. But this is an officially released item. So, yep. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I think a lot of the issue is just me not getting the armor in the right place. I think I was saying looked kind of weird because this thing was actually sitting too low. And this piece was riding too high. So now I adjust it and she looks better. Still not super great, but looks pretty good. Not too bad for something that cost me nothing. That color area still drives me nuts. I probably have to do something to tighten that up a little bit. But yeah, 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.